Okay, so Anthropic just had what we're going to call a very public engineering moment. And honestly, it is the gift that keeps on giving. We're talking leaked source code, secret AI agent features, hard-coded security disasters, and a whole lot of awkward explanations. Buckle up. So here's the thing. Anthropic accidentally shipped 512,000 lines of TypeScript source code to NPM because someone forgot to add npm-ignore.
Yeah.
The good news, no model weights, no customer data, no credentials got exposed, so we're not talking about a total security meltdown. But what did leak is actually wild. It is a crystal clear look at how Anthropic actually builds production AI agents in the real world. The three-layer memory architecture, the orchestration patterns, all of it. For AI developers trying to understand how a frontier lab actually engineers this stuff, this is like getting the instruction manual. They never wanted to publish. It is embarrassing for their build pipeline, but it is genuinely valuable for the entire developer community. But wait, it gets better. Hidden inside that leaked code is KAIROS, which is basically Anthropic's vision for the future of AI assistance. This isn't some theoretical concept, it is fully built and working. We're talking persistent background agents that don't just wait for you to ask them stuff, they proactively complete tasks, notify you when something's done, and coordinate with other AI agents. This is next level stuff. The fact that it is already fully implemented but sitting behind feature flags tells us something important about how frontier AI development actually works. It is not about research breakthroughs. It is about engineering systems carefully and deciding exactly when to let the public use them. That is simultaneously smart and, kind of makes you wonder what else is sitting in their code base waiting for the right moment. Here's where it gets genuinely concerning, though. The CLI source reveals stateful multi-session agents, task delegation, and inter-agent communication. All the advanced features everyone wants, but the internal security practices, yikes. We're talking hard-coded or PI keys just sitting in the code. And then there is the permission system called YOLO, which is exactly as reckless as it sounds. It literally uses Claude to evaluate whether Claude can use a tool. That is not security, that is vibing. There is also something called undercover mode designed to hide AI involvement in code commits, which is ironic considering. Well, all this code is now public. The pricing data even shows premium features getting 6 times the markup. It paints a picture of a company with very different standards for transparency internally versus externally. Okay, so this one's genuinely wild and kind of terrifying. Claude recently developed a complete remote kernel RCE exploit. We're talking root shell privilege escalation, the whole thing in about 4 hours of actual working time. And it didn't just make one version that barely worked. It created 2 independent exploitation strategies for the same vulnerability, both successful on first execution. This isn't pattern matching from training data. This is sophisticated understanding of systems programming, ROP chains, shellcode development. The exploit was responsibly disclosed through FreeBSD, which is great, but it raises a serious question. If an AI model can autonomously develop complex offensive security tools this quickly, what does that mean for the timeline from vulnerability discovery to real-world weaponization? This is the kind of capability that demands urgent conversations about safeguards. Moving on from Anthropic's party, because there's other security nightmares happening. Litem just got compromised in a multi-stage supply chain attack affecting over 1,000 cloud environments, and this is sophisticated. We're talking compromised Trivy security scanner in CI/CD pipelines, credential harvesting persistence mechanisms across development environments. The threat actors, a group called Team PCP, literally came out and said they're planning to target more open source and security projects. This signals a fundamental problem. The infrastructure accelerating AI innovation has become a vector for coordinated attacks. The open source dependency chains are fragile, and when you add automated updates into the mix, one compromised tool can cascade across hundreds of environments. The AI development community needs stronger supply chain security standards, credential isolation, behavioral monitoring, basically defense in depth, because this is just the beginning. Shifting gears completely, there's actually good news in the regulation space. A Greek court just convicted 4 Intellexa-linked individuals in the Predatorgate surveillance case with a combined 126-year sentence. This is the first major accountability for EU spyware vendors, which is kind of historic. Investigative journalists are the ones who actually exposed this and kept the pressure on despite facing legal harassment themselves. But here is the catch. These are misdemeanor convictions, not felonies, so enforcement is limited. The real test comes next, whether authorities will investigate and prosecute the government officials and state actors who allegedly ordered the mass surveillance, because prosecuting the vendors is one thing, dismantling the ecosystem of spyware companies, complicit governments, and foreign intelligence services, that is where actual accountability happens. Apple just released an emergency security patch, iOS 18.7.7, to fix the DarkSword vulnerability, which lets threat actors completely take over your iPhone through malicious websites. The attack is already being used in the wild, and the exploit kit is publicly available on GitHub. Here's the wild part. Apple is backporting security fixes to old iOS versions, which basically never happens. The fact that they're doing this tells you how serious DarkSword is. It signals that security fixes matter more than upgrade momentum when the threat is this widespread. That said, it also highlights the ongoing mess of maintaining multiple OS versions. Users need to be way more aggressive about installing these updates because the threat landscape changed the moment that exploit kit went public. Okay, some positive news. GitHub just launched the Copilot SDK, which lets developers embed AI agent workflows directly into custom applications. This is a meaningful shift from simple prompt response stuff to actually programmable autonomous execution. Instead of just chatting with the eye, you can now build applications where AI agents operate autonomously following structured patterns. It is the kind of thing that could accelerate AI adoption in enterprise development environments, assuming the execution patterns prove flexible and intuitive in real-world use. The architecture here matters because it is moving beyond conversational AI into actual agent orchestration. One more thing, OpenAI discontinued Sora, its video generation tool that had a Disney partnership and everything. Some people are pointing at this as proof that AI hype is overblown or that OpenAI lost the video generation arms race, but honestly, that is probably not what is happening. The more likely explanation is that OpenAI looked at where they could actually maintain competitive advantage and decided video generation, wasn't it? When you've got limited engineering talent and compute resources, you focus on what matters most strategically. Sora was impressive, sure, but it might not be where the real value is. Sometimes discontinuing something is just business, not failure. So that is today on BotBeat News. Anthropic's code is out there. Claude can write kernel exploits. Supply chains are under attack, and the AI industry is definitely having a moment. Stay safe out there, update your systems, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss whatever gets leaked next.